routine, day 2. We're out of the house. Let's talk about my car. First, let's get down to Rap Legacy, and then we can explain a little bit more. And this is where we're at with my car. So as you can see, the car is taken apart. We're still here. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, right, Ed?
Yeah.
What happened?
So something got wet and the injectors started firing on their own, and it flooded the intercooler and fuel started pouring out of the turbo.
So needless to say, we've had a little bit of a technical difficulty. Things look like they're doing all right now, right?
Yeah, back to normal.
Back to normal. So we had a little bit of a delay. Now we just need to flush everything, make sure that everything in here is okay and that she starts fine and everything's okay. But unfortunately, I don't know, something happened in the rain and we should be back on the road soon. So just a little bit of a delay. It's just a little bit of an update. That's where the car is at. It's been a little bit. Hopefully we're back on the road soon. So that was a little unexpected. As you guys know, my car is at Rap Legacy. It's getting wrapped. And unfortunately last week they had called me saying that my car was out in the rain. And when they brought it back into the shop, it would not start. And they thought it was full of water. They thought some water had gotten inside of it because it wasn't starting. The air filter had gotten wet. There were a couple things that seemed like it got messed up. So they left it out to dry, and the next morning they tried to start it again. It still wouldn't start, and then that's when they called me and told me that I needed to come down and check out the car because they weren't able to get it to run. So I went down, checked out the car, and come to find out it wasn't water that was inside the engine. It was fuel. Somehow something got messed up with the fuel pump and the fuel injectors, and they would not shut off. They were just dumping fuel endlessly, and they had filled the entire motor with fuel. It was in the oil pan, so much so that it filled up through the valves, out the intake manifold, into the intercooler and into the turbo. So like it filled the whole thing. When we pulled the intercooler off, it dumped out like 2 gallons of fuel out of it. So it was pretty gnarly. When we went today to go assess everything and try and figure out what the issue is, we plugged the keys in, plugged the battery in, plugged the ECU and all the injectors in, and it was fine. Nothing happened. It wasn't, the fuel injectors weren't just pouring out anymore, and it was functioning like normal. So that's gonna kind of be the end of today's video and the end of today right now, which was a little unexpected. We thought it was gonna be a lot worse, and we were gonna have to chase down some electrical issues, but thankfully we don't. So tomorrow morning we are going to go back to Rap Legacy. We're gonna drain all of the fuel. We're gonna drain all of the fuel out of it, like the oil pan, out of the cylinders, pull the spark plugs, everything, clean everything up, get everything and flush everything to the best of our ability. Put new oil in it and everything, and try and start her up and see what happens and see how it idles. If everything's fine, I guess we're just going to resume like everything is fine. But with that, I guess that's gonna be the end of today's video. If you guys could please support the channel by liking this video, subscribing, and continuing to watch all the other videos for the next couple weeks that I post while I'm not in work and we're on quarantine. So that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.